A trend is emerging. Despite Philadelphia's rich historical charm and bustling urban vitality, individuals are getting out of Philadelphia and moving to the burbs or other cities as quickly as possible. So what are their motivations behind the decisions? Was there one main reason why they left? Well, Pew Charitable Trust surveyed 1,000 people who left the city, and what is important to note, after moving out, 70% rated the city of brotherly love to be a good and excellent place to live. So if you want to move to Pennsylvania and not sure if Philadelphia or the suburbs are for you, Diane Cordano here to help you make your decision. Just call or text me anytime. Let's get started. According to federal government data, roughly 60,000 residents leave the city every year, which is roughly 10,000 more than those who move in from other parts of the region or the country. Now, reasons for leaving that were mentioned include high crime, low-rated schools, the job market, local taxes, drugs, no parking, and dirty streets, with none of these being the dominant reason. Now, people moving out did not characterize themselves as fleeing the city, but rather as seeking new opportunities elsewhere. For all people surveyed, the highest percentage goes to job opportunities at 26%, followed by crime and safety at 14%, and cost of living at 12%. Now, what I love about the survey is that it revealed the reasons for leaving varied widely based on the respondents' age, educational attainment, ties to the area, and destination, such as whether they moved to the suburbs of Philadelphia or totally outside the region. Number one, let's start with destination, where they moved when leaving. For movers who stayed within the Philadelphia area, mentioned four main reasons to explaining their decisions to make that move: schools, public safety, the cost of living, and housing. But for people who left the region, the top motivation was employment at 44%, and almost all those people had moved to Philadelphia from elsewhere. They really had no ties to our city. Their second most important reason for leaving was because of family and friends. So people leaving weren't just getting out because they're fleeing the city of brotherly love. They're leaving because they wanted to get a better job and they wanted to be closer to family. And I get that. That sounds reasonable. Number two, age group. Now, here are the two main reasons why people were leaving by age group. For age 30 and under, leaving for a new job opportunity came in at 34%, and to live closer to family and friends was at 12%. Now, this younger age group, they had really no ties to the area. But for ages 30 to 49, the top two concerns were job opportunities at 26%, and 21% said for better schools for their children. And for age group 50 plus, their two top reasons were public safety and at 27% and cost of living at 17%. Now, interesting though, for individuals with school-age children in the household, the desire to find better schools was the top reason for leaving, cited by 31%. And last year, we moved 4 families out of the city into the Philadelphia suburbs, and their main reason was better schools, followed by safety. So this all follows this survey. Now, lastly, number 3 is education attained. The survey looked at people who had a 4-year college degree or more and compared it to someone who had a high school diploma or less. Now, some of the starkest differences in reasons for leaving came when residents were classified by educational attainment. For instance, 36% of the movers with a bachelor's degree or a higher level of education cited jobs as their reason for locating, 3 times as much as many as cited for any other category. Among those with a high school diploma or less schooling, only 4% talked about jobs. Instead, they mentioned a range of issues, which is normal to think about as like public safety at 23% and better schools at 14%. And these similar patterns, as with the educational team, they emerged when people were broken down by basis of whether people thought the city were getting better or worse, or whether they owned or rented a home in Philadelphia, and whether they were born or raised in the Philadelphia area or had moved to the city after childhood. So it was an interesting study. Now, contrary to the notion of a mass exodus, most Philadelphians are not hastily abandoning the city. Instead, they're relocating for various reasons, with employment opportunities emerging as the primary motivator, and we talked about that, and for family reasons and for retirement. Now, despite the outward migration, downtown Philadelphia is experiencing a robust resurgence as major corporations are encouraging their employees to return to work, even if only for a part-time basis. The quality of life in the center of the city, I have noticed going down there, has notably improved due to these efforts. Human traffic, people coming around downtown, it's bustling. It's gradually returning to pre-pandemic levels, not only due to increased commuting, but also because more individuals are moving into the vicinity and feel more comfortable coming downtown. Now, while residents are dispersing to cities like Chicago, New York, and Austin, Philadelphia is also drawing in newcomers, particularly from New York and Washington, D.C. Now, this underscores the evolving landscape of the city, shaped by individual choices and citywide initiatives. So there you have it. Right now, I'm preparing a wonderful video on why people are moving to our wonderful, beautiful city of Philadelphia in 2024. And hopefully this information will help you in your decision to move to Philly and the burbs. My team and I are only a text or call away. Grab some time in my calendar and let's go.